All right. So, where did we stop last time? What's this now? Okay. Where did we stop?
Okay, no. We left at cloud storage.
Components of IT yet? Okay. Now I can send the notes today. See, this is management information system, eh? So we can define. Did we define what IT is? What did I say IT is?
The use of yeah, the use of computers, storage. The use of
Information technology. What is information? If we were to go back, what is information? Data. Data that has been processed and it's now meaningful to the user. That is what is referred to as information. Technology. What is technology?
no, you can define it as the use of the use of scientific
Mudzika igira noka noka.
okay, the use of computers and the different computer components.
Manage
Money,
information and support various businesses processes. Okay? That's what technology is. So, what are the key components of the computer? So you have hardware, software, networking, and data management. Okay? Hardware, these are the physical parts of a computer. That is what is referred to as hardware. Tina figo menu? Nadusa? Did we talk about software? Networking, did we talk about that? What did I say on networking?
This is the interconnection.
On a network, right? And how many types of networks do we have? Two, what and what? Local area network,
Local and wide.
wide area network, right? Okay. All right. Oh, data storage. Then we were talking about cloud storage and what, it?
We only talk about storage.
Okay. Apart from cloud storage, you also have things like hard drives. Okay. Those are used to store information. Then you have compact discs or digital versatile discs, DVD. All those are also used for storage. Okay. What else? You have tapes. Okay. They're also used for storage. All right. What other storage device am I missing out? Any other storage device? My flash itayankula. You have flash disks. Okay, or flash memory. Okay, so categorically, let's look at IT computer hardware. So we already gave definition of what hardware is, it? Yeah. So computer hardware components of a computer system include the central processing unit, memory, storage devices, input and output devices, and network components. So those are the physical components of a computer hardware. So let's look at the central processing unit. Okay. So the central processing unit, this is the brain of the computer. Okay. Just like a human. A human brain has how many parts? What and what? Which part of the brain is responsible for some functions such as the heartbeat, breathing, knee jerk, twitching of eyes, medulla, eh? What about thinking?
It's on it.
Balance. So,
Guys, them
just like the human brain, the computer also has its own brain. But instead of having three parts, it has two.
yeah, that's
Okay. So it has what is called the control unit and the arithmetic logical unit. Those are the two main parts of the CPU. So all arithmetic operations and logical operations are done on the arithmetic logical unit part, part of that brain. So arithmetic operations, we are talking anything that you can find on board mass. You remember board mass? Matenga masaa mama. Okay. So matenga additional maths you. Huh? Yafaziyo queer. Okay. So you are talking about additions, subtractions, multiplications, division. That's done by the arithmetic logical unit. The logical part, it will look at things like, is this equal to this? Comparisons. Is this less than this? Is this greater than this? Is this bigger or smaller than this? All those logical comparisons are done by the logical unit. So my logical operations are like and, or, not. Those are put in programming language. I'm use what are called if statement. Okay. For example, Mugali moto, they can program it. If temperature is greater than 50 degrees, start the cooling fan. If temperature is less than 50 degrees, stop the cooling fan. Okay, those are logical operations. Okay. Ma if statement omwamma ikaswachina and, not, or, chan, all those are comparisons. Okay. On the other side, you have the control unit. Just as the name control, it coordinates all the activities that happen within the computer. So it will tell the computer's memory, the computer's arithmetic logical unit, input and output devices, how to respond to the instructions that have been sent to the processor. In other ways, it's responsible for job scheduling. For example, if you have a folder with 50 songs, you cannot play all the 50 songs at once, isn't it? Using the same software. What happens when you select all of them to Zimanga play? It will start one by one. In other words, by the job scheduling means that it will put them on a queue. Okay? So on this queue, it will start executing one job after the other. This queue is what you call playlist. Okay? Why it does that? Because they should not be scrambling for resources within the computer. What resources are we talking about? If you want to play music, the computer has to check that is the available software for playing music available. Okay? Is the available software for playing music available? If it's not available, then the music will not play. So what softwares are we talking about? It will check, does this computer have the software to play this file, such as VLC, Windows Media Player, and many others. Okay? If it's there, then it will check the sound card available. Are they not in use by another application? If it's available, then it will check the output devices such as speakers. Are the speakers available? If everything, all those resources are available, then it will start to execute. Okay? So that's what the control unit does. Okay? And it's also responsible for allocating a certain amount of space on the memory for the computer to execute. Now, how the computer executes programs, it will get an instruction from a user, okay? Then the control unit will fetch the file from the hard drive, which is called the secondary storage, and then it will put it on memory. This memory is called the primary storage, sometimes referred to as RAM, random access memory. Munavapo za RAM, eh? One of the things that you consider when you are purchasing a laptop or a phone is the RAM. Do you know what the RAM is used for? What is it used for? In other words, it's a working area for the processor. Okay? So indeed, yes, it's a temporary storage where the computer uses to execute programs. Okay? The bigger the RAM, the more programs it's able to execute. The smaller the RAM, the less programs it's able to execute. That is why you have other computers which are faster, others slow, right? RAM ikakula, you can open all sorts of softwares, be performing things simultaneously. Right? When the RAM is small, it means that it has to scramble for resources. Ipanga execute ichi, chimalize chipeleke nthawi to the other computer. By doing that, there's a delay. This jama pesa the computer will jam, right? Because there isn't enough working area. All right. Now, by their characteristics set, RAM is much faster in terms of accessibility of data as compared to hard drive. The brain of the computer, the CPU, is able to process millions, if not billions, if not thousands, if it's not hundreds of tasks within a nanosecond. That's half a second. Very fast, right? It's able to do billions, millions of tasks, right? At a blink of an eye. Okay? So how it's able to achieve those speeds is to work with the random access memory. Okay? Yeah. Are we clear on the arithmetic logical unit and the control unit? Within the brain itself, imakaso ndi ka memory kakang'ono kena kake called registers. Okay? So this is a small high-speed storage locations that temporarily hold data and instructions during processing. So registers are used for quick data access and are integral for the CPU's operation. So you have data registers and instruction registers. Okay? I'm a register, but you have data registers and instructions register. So any job that you give it, imaika pa register. Okay? And then it will start processing those jobs, and at some point it may not be legalized. Okay? And those ones are put on the instruction register. All right. So that's how the brain of the computer is able to process data. I had explained a lot it. Yeah, so memory they're not really powered. There is a hard drive in my RAM. RAM it's temporary. It only retain values when there is current that is passing through it. That is why ugasegura document, it is very important to save. If you don't save, ulemba 100 pages, magesa gangotima, you lose everything. Why? Because it was stored in a temporary storage called RAM. Okay? But when you save, you are creating a copy on a permanent memory. Memory that does not require electricity to retain its values. If you keep things on the hard drive, that is permanent, unless you delete it. Magesa tawutima kuyaga uzazipeza somo munjet. While in the RAM, it's different. Okay? Types of computer memory, we talked about primary memory or main memory, which is the RAM. So this one directly accessible by the CPU. It's directly accessible by the CPU. It's directly accessible by the CPU. It's volatile. Why did I say it's volatile? It's like I'm recapping what I already said. Why is it volatile? Okay, it's volatile in the sense that you can lose the data once there is no power, or if you switch off the computer, everything that was in memory gets lost. It only retains values when there is current passing through it. So, types of primary memory, you have the random access memory, which I just talked about. So this is a type of volatile memory used to store data that is actively being used or processed by the CPU. Its primary function is that it provides the CPU with a quick access to data and instructions that are in use, improving the overall system speed and responses. Then it also has several types. The types of RAM, you have DRAM, which stands for dynamic RAM, dynamic random access memory, commonly used in most computers needs to be refreshed thousands of times per second. That's dynamic RAM. Dynamic imakangati imasuntha-suntha. That's dynamic. And then you have static RAM, fast and more expensive than DRAM, used for cache memory and other speed applications. Static means it's just stationary. By cache memory, we mean it's just a high-speed memory that is allocated near the CPU. So its primary function is to access data and instructions quickly. Okay, it stores frequently accessed information. Nde ukapita ku ujeni pafoni pako, ukapita ku Colog, you find the recently dialed numbers. Those things are stored in cache memory. Ukapita pa computer, umapita pa quick access. It will give you a list of all the things that you were doing recently. If you open an application such as Microsoft Word and you go on file, it will give you at least a list of 20, if not 10, the files that you were executing. Okay? Now, the other type of memory, primary memory, the other type of memory, you have what is called read-only memory. So this is a non-volatile memory that stores permanent data and instructions. Integer is volatile, right? RAM, right? This one is not volatile. It stores permanent data and instructions. So the functions contains things like BIOS, which stands for the basic input-output system, BIOS. When you are booting the computer, ikangoonesa logo ije, logo ija, you can't change it. It's contained in the ROM, read-only memory, usually makanga like a chip. Whatever information is put there during manufacturing. Okay, and you cannot change. If you're using an HP computer, you onesa kaye HP and then you continue it. Ikangoonesa logo ija, within some seconds, imalowa mu BIOS. BIOS imo, it just checks, are all the input devices in place? Is the processor in place? Are the output devices in place? Are the storage devices in place? Once those things are available, then now it calls the operating system to start calling all So we're talking about read-only memory. It's non-volatile memory that stores permanent data and instructions. So its functions, we're saying that it contains BIOS as a basic input-output system or firmware, which is used to boot the computer and perform basic hardware initialization. If any hardware component is missing that the computer would want to use for its operation, computer CMAC, it just produces a beeping sound, okay? Meaning that one of the components that it requires to start executing programs is missing. So on the types of read-only memory, you have those ones. PROM, programmable read-only memory, can be programmed once. Then you have EPROM, erasable programmable read-only memory, can be erased and reprogrammed using ultraviolet light. Then you have EEPROM, electrically erasable programmable ROM, can be erased and programmed using electrical charge. So those are the types of memory. Those are the types of memory. Then thereafter we'll move to secondary memory. Are we clear on the types of read-only memory?
Yes.
Right. And then we can look at secondary storage. So this is a non-volatile memory that is used for long-term data storage. And this one is not directly accessible by the CPU. First of all, data must be transferred to the random access memory for processing. What I was saying earlier was that just because the processor does things very fast, it cannot access things from the secondary storage, which is slow. As such, it will not achieve the speeds that it requires. Okay, that's why things are called into memory, and then from the memory, that's when they start to be executed. Okay? They say that believing is seeing, right? Let me show you how. Do you know how you can access the CPU? Okay, so you press Control Alt Delete on the computer keyboard. Control Alt and Delete at once. So you can start with Control without releasing the Alt, then you press Delete. Okay. Then it will give you a full screen like this one. Okay. Then you go to Task Manager. here you are in the brain of the computer. Okay? It will show you things that are in memory here. Okay? It's giving me statistics that I'm using 60% of my total memory. The memory for this computer is 8 GB. So out of 8 GB, I'm using 59 to 60%. And it will show me the programs that are being executed. You remember I said the control unit allocates a certain amount of space for program, for execution. Depending on what that program does. If there are certain programs which require a lot of processing power, okay, for example, video editing, okay, those things they need a lot of processing power, okay, and storage. So if I were to, for example, convert a video into a certain format, you would actually see maybe this will even go to 90%. Okay? The more programs I open, the more memory I'm consuming. Yes? So it's giving me, there are certain activities in the CPU that are doing without even my knowledge. Those are called background processes. The ones that I've initiated myself are these three: the cellular folder, the cellular task manager, and the cellular manager. Yeah. So if I go down, it will give me all those statistics. So all those things are happening in the background. Okay? Programming amavuta motata. If you press this one, Control Delete to respond to the computer, you can even stop the program from here. You just highlight it, right click your mouse, and then you say End Task. Or if you can usiku kwamba you can say Go to Details, and then it will pinpoint you exactly where it is, and then you can end it from here. Okay? So it also gives you the performance in terms of the graph, how your computer is faring. Okay? When you are booting your computer, it is taking time to boot. Okay? Normally, when you're installing these programs, you have to be careful because it asks you a lot of things. Do you want this program to start at boot time? Because you are not interested in reading those instructions, you go, yes, install. Okay?
Yes.
But you don't know that what you are doing, you are slowing your computer. So on the same menu, you go to Start Apps. It gives you a list of all the programs that the computer boots when you have started the computer. So there are certain things that are necessary. You don't need them when the computer is booting. Don't want to list it, but in example, I don't need that program when it's booting. I only need it when I want to access a PDF file, right? So it's not necessary for it to be enabled. Therefore, whatever the highlight start asking is it enabled or it's disabled? Okay, so you can enable or disable. All the useless applications that you don't need, you can disable them. Okay? And if there is any program that is malfunctioning, it will be marked in red. This will honest so power usage, return usage, very high, what, not responding. Okay? All that is able to give you. Are we clear, gentlemen?
Yes.
Okay. Types of secondary memory, we have hard disk drives. So this is a mechanical storage device that uses spinning disks to write or read data. Hard drive job, if you open inside it, you find a metal disk. Usually there are two, if not three, if not four. Okay? Yeah. And then you find the read write there. Karota kanene kama welenga data. That rattling sound that you hear on the hard drives, kama kaka read write or it's trying to search information where it is at. And that makes it slower if you are, or if the CPU also access that. Instead, it will take it from there, put it on random access memory, then it can access it whenever it wants. Okay? Characteristics of this type of storage is it has a larger storage capacity, large storage capacity. It's slower than solid state drives and more affordable. Then the other type of secondary memory, secondary storage, you have solid state drive, SSD. So this is a storage device that uses flash memory to store data. Its characteristics is that there is faster data access speeds. There are no moving parts. You don't have a read write header and a motor to spin the disk, unlike the hard disk drives. It's more durable, higher costs as compared to the HDDs. So for modern computers, they are equipped with solid state drives. My hard drives, they are phasing out just because of their unreliability. Hard drive, model weight surpassing, they are more prone to damage than my SSD. Okay? Because a lot of where I get disk on the very last. That hard drive is born. And with time, when time goes, because of that, we don't know how to maintain our computers. But utility programs such as defragmenters, okay, I mean, they help the disk to be informed. Okay, what happens in the diskette? It can be thermocycles. Okay, disk like that's where the cells are, where you store the data. Okay, leo mambo mpaka fields mu hard drive mu zimangira seko yambira agambo bajagira kaseko wambira because zikamazaza yachuri yachita chonjo mpaka na disco sete data zaze. Now it's not as though you have started deleting things, which means that you delete Apple, you create a space, Apple, you create a space, Apple, you create a space. Now, the time it takes for the read-write header to locate what it is looking for is not enough. Okay? As such, they are prone to failure. That is why when the computer is engine, the rattling voice becomes even louder. Disk came out as soon as the disk crash. Okay? Unlike in the solid state drives, storage is based on flash memory, meaning that the data is kept on silicon chips. Okay? Let me show you. I have internet.
The land of facing
My hard drive you on my bed. I think I've changed it to much of the one I put. Unlike this one, it uses solid state. So computer is a solid state in the hard drive. It must have massive energy efficiency. Before the Bible, no matter which charger mama toka the dead, that is the use a game out of camera and if it's just normal operation, it can stay. Okay? Like so inside of the hard disk drive, read write header and this is what reads information. Okay, our sectors where the data is stored. It's stored in all this until it is full. Okay. Yeah. Wow, SSD. So for SSD, that's the difference. In know that disk, in know that my chip. These are the silicon chips. Okay? Even the RAM we're talking about it works on the same principle. You can use my chip. That's what it is. Then you can see that if you are storing on an SSD, it's also faster to access it, but of course not compared to RAM. Yeah, the manual with this one, it's more energy efficient because it is more energy process which is spinning in order for you to access the data. Okay, that is why if you have a device that uses SSD, it's more energy efficient. Okay? My tablet here, the Surface Pro, can last more than a computer which has a hard disk drive. have optical discs. Those are also examples of storage devices. That's where my DVDs, CDs, Blu-ray, they fall into these categories. So they are used for media distribution and backup. Slower access speeds than HDDs and SSDs. Okay. Then you have my USB flash drives. These are portable, used for transferring data between devices. And their characteristics, they are compact, removable, and rewritable, meaning you can delete, rewrite, delete, rewrite. Then you have external hard drives. They connect via the USB or Thunderbolt or other interfaces. Usually they are used for backup or they offer additional storage. Then we have cache memory, then we have virtual memory. So, ikakauli computer, it's running low on its RAM. Okay, that is working area. It can allocate a portion of the hard drive. Okay, and make it as its random access memory. That allows it to handle larger workloads and multitask more effectively by swapping data between RAM and the hard drive. The main use of having this virtual memory, it helps to prevent the system crashes due to insufficient RAM. When there's insufficient RAM, normally computer produce what is called a blue screen. If there is a blue screen, the memory usually dumped in memory, then it shuts down. Why it's preventing itself from crashing? It has a small limited area to work. It passes into RAM big, but the place for it to execute is just too small. So what it will prevent that, it will create a virtual memory per hard drive. Kuma the hard drive, ndoti speeds that the mafuna they don't achieve. You have to wait a longer time for you to get the results. Okay? Yeah. Are we clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I think for today, we can stop there.
Yes.
The next time we meet, we'll start talking about types of computers. Okay? Form a group, right? And do this process.
All right.
So next time we meet, we'll start talking about types of computers. All right, thank you.
Same. Same.
I'll upload the assignment this